All right, guys. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Let me see if we ran that intro right. If not, we're going to run it again.
Thanks for joining us. We will get started in just 1 minute. Make sure that you have subscribed to us on your favorite social media. Look up Birdland Sports on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Like, follow, retweet, share. See you in a moment.
All right, guys. Hey, welcome to what I'm going to call Birdland Middle of the Afternoon. It's about an hour until the first pitch out in Baltimore, and we've got some time. I'm on my lunch break. I thought, hey, why not a little pregame show to talk about this fourth game in a 4-game series against the Yankees, where we're hoping to split the series. We've got Jorge Lopez taking on Jordan Montgomery. And I thought it'd be nice just to kind of get into a little bit of, who's playing, who's pitching, who are these guys, and give my 2 cents on, what I think is going to go down today. Again, my name's Cody. I'm from I Just Like the Duck on Twitter. You can find me at Orioles Podcast. And it's just me today. Hopefully we'll get somebody else to join me this afternoon, or it could just be me again. We'll see. Just to kind of recap the series so far. We went in and won game 1. The Orioles won at a score of 4-2. That was such an exciting game and really disappointing second game as the Yankees won 5-1. And then again, the Yankees won last night to a score of 7-0. But today's matchup pits Jorge Lopez against Jordan Montgomery. And I thought, you know what? Jorge Lopez is one of those guys that was on the team last year, but last year was such a short season. How many people really know anything about Jorge Lopez? He is sitting as, I think he's the 5th rotation pitcher for us. Now, again, how much that matters, how much of that is, does that make him better than Dean Kramer or even Bruce Zimmerman for that matter? Or is it more of a righty-lefty type matchup that Hyde likes to see? But Jorge Lopez is a right-handed pitcher from Puerto Rico, 28 years old, in his 5th year of the majors. He was actually drafted by the Brewers in the 2nd round out of, and I'm going to have to butcher this pronunciation, Cagas Military Academy out of Puerto Rico. I had to look it up. And Lopez is, in fact, the highest draft pick from that high school, but there have been several other Major League Baseball players drafted out of this same high school in Puerto Rico. So although he was drafted out of the Brewers, he was actually then traded in 2018 to the Kansas City Royals. And it was interesting because later that year, he actually flirted with a perfect game, going all the way into the 8th inning before walking the first batter and then giving up a hit and then leaving the mound to a standing ovation. It was probably the pinnacle of Jorge Lopez's pitching career thus far. Unfortunately for Lopez, in 2020, he was DFA'd and claimed off waivers by the Orioles, who at that point in time was just really looking for anybody who could throw the ball. It was a short season. We were making a run, and to be quite honest, I actually thought that Jorge Lopez was a pleasant surprise. And so let's kind of jump forward a little bit and talk about this year and Jorge Lopez. Jorge Lopez has actually started 4 games so far and has gone 1-3 with the only win coming in a 5-2 score against the Rangers on a road trip about a week ago, where he pitched 5 full innings and struck out 8, but did give up 2 solo home runs. So it was, in my opinion, probably his best performance this year, obviously coming with the win. And other starts, he's actually gone typically somewhere into the 4th inning before getting pulled by Hyde. Now, here's my 2 cents on Jorge Lopez. I love that he's a strike thrower. I think probably Brandon Hyde loves that he's a strike thrower. His elevated ERA is, in my opinion, due to the fact that usually he's pulled somewhere in the 4th inning. And to be quite honest, the bullpen does not always bail him out. I think that in the first or second outing that he had was where he left with either two men on base. Sean Armstrong came in and was just awful. And both those guys scored. And I think that typically when he's left games, whoever he's left on base ends up scoring. That's credit to him for letting those guys get on base. But I think it's also a little bit of just bad luck. My ideal scenario for Lopez is essentially working through the lineup twice, where he's giving up maybe 1 to 2 runs and maybe 4 hits, and working his way into the 5th. And if you think about it and you line it up, that's a distinct possibility, and that's something that we've seen from Lopez in the past. He's a guy who had 8 strikeouts in that win at the Rangers. So I think he definitely has the capability of being aggressive, striking out guys, and with a little bit of help from the defense, can work his way into the 5th inning, where he's only had to face these guys, the lineup twice. I think that he's kind of proven, unless his stuff is really sharp today, to me that is a great opportunity. That's a great win for Lopez. If he can get through 5, hand the ball over to somebody like Plutko to kind of finish off the 5th, or a clean 6th, and then let the bullpen guys finish it up. That's my 2 cents on Lopez. So what about on the Yankees side of the house? What are we going to see from Jordan Montgomery? Again, actually another 28-year-old. So we got 2 guys same age going up against each other. And this guy is a Yankee for a reason. Even in his first year of eligibility, he's making as much as our entire starting rotation. Okay, I did the math. It's not quite as much, but it's a lot more than anybody on the Orioles starting rotation. And that's because he's an extremely good starting pitcher. He's actually homegrown from the Yankees, which I think is rare for any Yankees player. He's a left-handed pitcher drafted in the 4th round by the Yankees out of South Carolina. And as I mentioned, this is his 5th year in the majors. And through his first year of arbitration eligibility. The last time he faced the Orioles, we actually lost 7-0 in Camden Yards as he tossed 7 scoreless innings and given up 4 hits. I don't think that that's going to happen today. Again, it's something that these guys, again, remember, the Baltimore Orioles, as much as we struggle professional baseball players, as they learn from facing these guys, especially other guys in the AL East, they get better. So they're going to have a much better idea of what Montgomery is going to throw at them than they did previously. So as we mentioned, this is a chance for the Orioles to pull even with the Yankees. In order to do so, I really see us needing 3 specific things. 1, Lopez needs to be solid again, just like he was against the Rangers. We know he has the stuff. We just need to see it again. 2, if Lopez keeps us in the game, we need bullpen help. We need Plutko, Scott, Fry, Tate, the dead fish to finish it out. So many times, and I think that with the Yankees, more than any other team, we've seen the Yankees come back and pull a win out of thin air. And it's going to happen. If this is a close game, which I think it will be, we just have to hold off and protect that 8th and 9th inning. And I like our chances to do so because I absolutely love Cesar Valdez and the dead fish. I trust in the dead fish. So let's take a minute here and look at our lineups on both sides of the house. On the Yankees, DJ LeMahieu, Juan Carlos Stanton, Gleyber Torres, Gio Urshela. We do see Rougned Odor coming into play second base today. Aaron Hicks, Gary Sanchez, Clint Frazier, and Brett Gardner. Thankfully, no Aaron Judge today. I think when Lopez saw that, he probably was a little bit thankful as well. On our side of the house, we've got Mullins, Hayes, Mancini, Franco, Severino, Mountcastle manning first base, DJ Stewart, Ramon Urias, and again, Pat Valleca. I know nobody wants to see Pat Valleca's name. I was actually hoping to see that we, possibly a roster move, maybe bring one of these guys up. We're going to get into all of that in the post-game show. But hey, you know what? Maybe we'll be pleasantly surprised by Pat Valleca today. I can tell you that the weather in Baltimore is about 80 degrees. As you can see, that's not Baltimore, with a little bit of sun poking out between the clouds. However, I was just kind of looking at weather.com, and there is a high wind watch with northwest gusts coming out like it's 20, 30 miles per hour. And I went onto Google Maps, and I just wanted to kind of look at the way that the ballpark is configured. That's probably going to, what we might end up seeing is a routine pop fly out to right field may actually make it all the way out to the flag court. So hopefully that's going to play in the favor of the Orioles. Probably not something that Lopez is extremely excited about, but considering that we're going with a, not really a heavy lefty lineup, but maybe that's going to play in the favor of DJ Stewart, Cedric Mullins. I'm trying to look and see if we have any other left-handed batters, but those two guys for today. So hopefully, not only that, but just kind of the wind kind of pushing out to the north. Maybe that's even going to help out Mountcastle, who seems to be king of the warning track flyouts. I really like the top of the order, talking about Mullins, Hayes, Mancini, and even Franco. What I really like is Franco seems to take it up a notch whenever there's somebody on base. And, given the way that Mullins and Hayes and even Mancini, the past couple games have been hitting and getting on base, I like the idea of Franco getting a few RBIs today. And I even like the way that Severino has been hitting the ball. So I look for those guys, that top of the order, to be our run scorers today. And hey, if Mountcastle, Stewart, Urias, or Valleca happen to hit a single home run shot, hey, that would be that's all that you can really hope for those guys. But yeah, that's it. I tell you what, I went a little bit longer than I thought. I've still got to grab my lunch, but I'm excited. Hopefully you guys are too. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to rate and review the podcast. Turn in. Maybe there was even some comments here. There were. Let's see here. Josh likes The Office. Birdland this morning. I like it. All right, guys. You take care. Enjoy the game, and check back with us for our typical post-game show. Have a great one.